Okay, dancers, now that you are experts at counts 1 through 6 in your spiral sit turn, we're going to learn counts 7 and 8 and also practice doing the whole thing all together. I'm going to show you the full spiral sit turn and counting through, and I want you to look for what happens on count 7 and 8. Yeah? So again, this is me starting with this side of the room as my front. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll do it again, noticing that I end with my chest facing the same way as I started. I'll go on the second side. 7, 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, again, my chest ends the way I started. So hopefully you're seeing that on count 7, I do a whole lot of work to stand up on one leg off the floor, and on count 8, I complete the rotation. So we're going to start, let's see, if we were going to the left first, 1, 2, gotta go all the way around the other. Okay, put your right leg on top, yeah, and I'm gonna scoot back. So I got here because I did all of those counts 1 through 6 that I already know. And on count 7, from this seated place, I can use my hands to push off the floor and stand up 100% on top of the foot in front of me. In this case, it's the right foot. So in order to do that, my shoulders have to go past my big toes. And by that I mean I need to lean forward this much to stand up. Yeah, stand up on that foot. So if I don't lean forward enough, it's going to be really hard to get up onto this foot, especially because what I'm trying to avoid is standing on my knees at all. There's no standing on your knees here. There's rolling over your shin and your knee to stand up, but we're not going to stand on them. So you are here on count 6, and on count 7, you're going to stand on this foot. 7, all the way up. No weight on this back foot. Yeah, that's 7. It's a lot of work. You can use your hands and send your weight forward onto that front leg. Let's do it one more time. All right, so this was 6, go. 7, you're up. Now, count 8, might as well because we're already here. My back leg, in this case it's my right leg, is going to pull towards you, towards my front, while I bend my standing leg, and I arrive on 8 that way. It took a second for me to remember which way I was turning. That way, yeah, continuing the rotation the same way. So 8 is a continuation of the rotation started by the spin on the floor, yeah? So for me here, I'm standing up, and I guess if you're my mirror, it's my left leg I'm standing on. So really, that's my left leg that's behind me, if I'm your mirror. And I'm gonna take the back leg, whichever one it is, reach it towards my front, and continue that rotation there. For those of you that know rond de jambe or circling of the leg, it's a little bit of a back rond de jambe and demi-plie. No matter who you are, what you need to know is that the foot behind you pulls towards your audience, and that's what gets you rotated back to the front for count 8. So count 7 is getting up off the floor, and count 8 is doing 3/4 rotation. Yeah, because you're starting on this wall, and you're finishing here. That's your 3/4. Let's do those two together. In this case, I have my right leg on top. I'm being your mirror. Okay, so on count 7, I stand up. Let's go. Stand up, 7, rotate 8. Yeah, and I'm finishing, you're noticing, in parallel. Yeah, one more time, count 7 and count 8. Right leg on top. Okay. 5, 6, up on 7, around 8. Yeah, so a little detail in here. When you stand up, if you stand up most of the way but not all the way and you're still in demi-plie here, and that's when you pull your foot around, that's okay. It's just a little detail. If you don't want to think about that transition moment right now, that's okay too. Let's do our second side, and then we'll start talking about how do we put it all together. So my second side, I'm going to the right. Okay. This is my left leg on top now, if I'm your mirror, which I am. So this was 6, and on count 7, I send my shoulders way forward over my front toes to stand up. That's 7 all the way. And then again, the same rule applies. My back leg, in this case, my right leg, pull toward my audience to rotate me around. Yeah? I'm going to scoot over a little bit for that one. It's hard to remember which leg to put in front. There we go. From this side, I have my left leg on top. I'm going to stand up 7, rotate 8. Here we go. 5, 6, stand up 7, rotate 8. That's the end. Yeah? So we do need to put it all together. But before we do that, let's just make sure that we know the last 2 counts one more time. Yeah? So I'm going to sit down and put my leg closest to you and on top for me. In that case, it's the right. This is 6. I stand up on 7 and I rotate on 8 for that first side. Second side, I put in front of me the leg again closest to you. In this case, that's my left leg. I'm going to stand up on my front leg all the way on 7. 5, 6, up on 7, rotate 8. Trying to arrive in parallel. Yeah? So in slow motion, let's put it together. I don't quite have enough room this way. I know I do this way. So I'm going to test drive it with you guys going from that side over all together. And then I'm going to change my front. So still the same movement, but I'm changing my front just so you know that we're going to look at it a couple different ways. So I'm going to start with my right leg way over here, off camera. I'm going to lunge on 1, hand down 2, sit down 3, rotate 4, 5, 6, up 7, rotate 8. Yeah, that's your whole spiral sit turn right there, the whole thing. Let's do that again. 7, 8, lunge 1, hand down 2, sit down 3, toes on the floor, 5, 6, up 7, and 8. Okay, let's try the second side. Let's see if I have enough room to do it. I'll squeeze away over here. 6, 7, here you go. Lunging 1, hand down 2, sit down 3, 4, 5, 6, up 7, rotate 8. Yeah. One more time. Second side. This is now towards your left. 7, 8, lunging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's your full spiral sit turn. You're doing it. I'm going to travel towards you now so I can get a little bit more distance because it's really supposed to travel lots. We'll do one side then the other. You can follow me facing towards your screen, the camera, or you can do it sideways too, depending on the space that you have. Okay, once each side. This is me starting with my left leg. 7, 8, lunging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, spiral sit turn. 7, 8, lunging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, something to think about now that you're mastering this is you are going hand to the floor and also butt cheek to the floor. So if you want to think about it as what's rolling to the floor next, you're really making a straight line and putting different hands or feet or otherwise down on the floor in that line. So on this line towards you, first I'm putting my foot, then my hand, and then I'm going one butt cheek, other butt cheek, one foot, stand up on it, other foot. So if that helps you to think about it, what's going on the floor in that line, what are we lining up next? That might be something that helps you with that. You do want to smooth it out over time. It's possible to do your spiral sit turn in 6 counts because you don't really need all of the time that we are giving ourselves to do each part. It's just how we learn it. So ultimately you might go a lot faster and put it all together where the rolling on the floor in particular is really fast. That's the idea. We're not trying to hang out on the floor a long time. So once you've practiced it a bunch of times, try to speed up a little bit. What you're going to send me is a spiral sit turn on each side. That's the video you'll send. Yeah. So one on the right and one on the left. And you could do them on left first if you want, using your whole time. You can do it in silence or you can do it with music. I'll show you right now what I'm expecting to see when you send me your video. Here's your combination. 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Second side. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can do it side to side or toward the camera, as long as you do both sides, and you do the entire spiral sit turn sequence. Good job with the combination, and nice work with spiral sit turn.